So if you've been playing the Division for the past couple of weeks, then you've gotten to the stage where you leveled up to level 30, you've gone into the Dark Zone, you managed to get to level 30 or maybe even 50 there, and it's time for you to get that special build just for you. Now in this one I'm going to show you how to get to 200,000 DPS, even though DPS is not always the most important thing, but here is how you would go about doing it. Now you get yourself whatever your favorite weapon is. In this case I've had the Liberator for quite some time, so I'm just going to be using this, although there is better weapons out there like the first wave M1A, there's the AUG, there's a ton of weapons out there that are just going to be better than this, and it all depends really on the talents. At the end of the day, the talents is what make the weapon really great. So if I go ahead and just choose all these attachments here, most of them are high-end because you can craft these. I would advise you to buy things up here because they're not going to cost you any gold division tech. So try as much as you can to buy from the vendor inside here. Now you'll see there, if I choose a blue glove there for my perk, my DPS has gone to 207,000. Now why is that? Because I had plus 345 or whatever it is, 345 assault rifle damage and 23% hit critical damage. Now that will boost your DPS as well, even though sometimes you might tell you that it's actually going down. The reality is that the DPS is just a bit weird in this game, and it's going to be a bit odd to calculate. So the best thing you could do, you can check and double check things that you want to be on that weapon or you want to have on that mod. In this one, the major and the minor attributes, you'll see there's not really the ones I really want. I'd love some critical hit chance, I've loved some critical hits, sort of SMG damage, that sort of stuff is what I would want, but unfortunately I can't roll those because there isn't anything that I could roll into that. So I need to keep on crafting until I get to a point where I'm happy with every piece of the armor, and then I'm happy with every sort of talent on the weapon. Although, like I said, the talents of the weapon is what make the weapon really great. Now on the Liberator, unfortunately, I don't really have any good talents on it. It was just a test for me to show you that you can get it up to 200k, but on this one it's a different chance. Now you'll put the scope in. I've just stripped the Liberator. We'll go ahead and put this, and this has, even though the other mag would give me more things for it, this one has 30.5% more damage. So I'll just go ahead and choose whatever's best for the weapon in the end, and then we'll test them both against an AI boss at level 30. So the vectors got up to 160, well, nearly 164,000, and I'll take the gloves off because I don't want that 345 assault rifle, because this is going to be my primary. I want the critical hit damage, which is 34%, and another 5% of critical hit chance. So in the end, I could go around with 200k DPS and sort of shred everything to bits, but it's going to take me slightly longer to kill something just because I don't have the right talents, I don't have the right thing. So in this one it's weapon damage 12k, 40% hit chance, critical hit damage 103%, 112% is headshot damage. So there is plenty of damage and multipliers and things like that, and that's what you really want, because if you're going to be facing level 30s, 31, 32s, or you're doing hard missions, challenging missions, then what you really want is as much critical as you can. Hit, damage, everything, all the boosts in the world that you can possibly get. Just keep on crafting that armor, keep on crafting the weapon, and eventually you will get it. I mean, it's going to take you some time, so you're probably not going to get the perfect build when you're crafting an armor, but remember, you can still roll some of those stats. Pay the credits, roll it, and hopefully you'll get something a bit better just as you want it. So this is the 200k DPS Liberator against the boss here. Now you'll see it does plenty of damage, it just shreds him to bits, but I just felt that it took a little bit long to kill him, and I used like 50 bullets. Now because I've got most of the stuff sort of done with critical hits and so on and so forth for the SMG, you'll see that if I get close to him, it's a lot of sort of orange coming out of his head because I'm using a lot of critical damage and hits and all that come together nicely. So moral of the story is, don't always be greedy for DPS. That's not always what's most important. Critical hits and chance and all that, that's what really matters. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.